Chair recognizes Chairman Hatchett for an invite resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, it's my pleasure today to introduce some great young citizens of our state, along with Leader Abrams, Chairman Carter, Chairman Hardin, and Chairman Smith. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but once a year, this Capitol is invaded by high school students trying to take our jobs, and they're getting great training. Both of my daughters have been through the program, and it's a great program, and I know we all get asked to help support it, and I hope in the future that you'll seriously consider it. You're going to hear from the student governor, Chan Cresswell. Brooks Fletcher is our lieutenant governor, and Sarah Lee is the Speaker of the House. Randall Trammell is with him today. He's the executive director of YMCA of the state of Georgia. And at this time, I'm going to ask Governor Cresswell if he'd like to address the body.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to say thank you to the Speaker, Representative Hatchett, and the entire body for having us today. Good morning. My name is Chan Cresswell, and I had the pleasure to serve as the youth governor of the 72nd Georgia Youth Assembly this past fall. These days when I watch the news, I find myself in a state of sadness over the deep, hateful divide that seems to have carved out its place in our society. People seem to be less willing to talk and be rational than they have in the past. It seems everybody has a chip on their shoulder, a reason to be angry and to demonize those that disagree with them. It seems as if we've forgotten the power of reasonable conversation in our country. I'm sure as legislators, you see this play out constantly. People who channel their emotion into non-productive means instead of using it to help the greater good. While you may be concerned about my generation and how we'll respond to a loss of common sense and understanding, I've brought with me a reason for you to be hopeful. You see, last November, while these chambers were being renovated, we were holding our 72nd Youth Assembly just a few blocks away. At our assembly, nearly 1,000 students from the four corners of this state were locked in passionate debate and discussion on topics they cared about. They were learning and teaching one another through respectful discussion. They were bridging the divide. Today, I would like to thank you for the privilege and opportunity to have access to this wonderful place. There's no better way to learn about how Georgia's government works than by being in this place where it takes place. Our groups are eager and they look forward to getting back into these chambers next November. Next, many of you financially support our program through the Sponsor Your Seat campaign. We can't begin to express our appreciation for your vote of confidence and your investment in this program and the lives of thousands of middle school and high schoolers across the state. Youth Assembly is a life-changing experience, and its ability to empower Georgia's youth cannot be overstated. Many students, including myself, thank you for supporting us as Youth Assembly educates us, liberates us, and awakens us to the world around us. In fact, you'll have the opportunity to once again make this investment in the next few days, and I hope that you respond generously. These programs offer such a great educational experience, and there's so much growth in student attendance and participation that beginning this year, there will be 2 youth assemblies. You'll have the opportunity to invest and sponsor your seat twice, as the state YMCA depends on you in offering scholarship assistance to students from around the state. This year at Youth Assembly, many ideas were introduced and debated, but most notably was Senate Bill number 2, which dealt with upskirting. This bill, introduced by Libby Desai of Morgan County High School, gained much attention during and after the conference. It was debated vigorously, and in the end, I chose to sign it into law at Youth Assembly. Similar legislation has been introduced here in both chambers. Libby, in fact, had the privilege to address the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee when debating on Senate Bill 45 was taken up. We're excited that students from Youth Assembly were allowed to offer their voice on this issue. Our country finds itself sitting at an interesting crossroads. There are many who would like nothing else than to see this country divided so deeply that it's left with no way to function. There are those who celebrate and profit off of that division, even at the expense of their own country. However, there's a group of teenagers guided by your leadership and taught at Georgia Youth Assembly who seek only to unite. Intelligent and understanding debate is a rare resource today, and we would like to take this moment to thank you for using it each and every day in this chamber, and for supporting us as we seek to teach students to use it in their everyday lives. I do believe that if we continue to work together with respect for each individual, this state will continue to be a shining example to all of the power of passionate and intellectual debate. So if you haven't heard any good news this morning, I bring you hope. God bless you, God bless the great state of Georgia, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.